Now, you're probably thinking, GitLab CI/CD is not the only CI/CD tool, right? So what about the others? How do they compare to GitLab CI/CD, and which one should you choose? Which is better for your projects? So let's compare GitLab CI/CD with two popular alternatives. The first one is an open source and currently the most popular and widely used CI/CD tool, which you probably know about, which is Jenkins. So how does GitLab CI/CD compare to Jenkins? So first of all, Jenkins currently is still an industry leader, and it's very powerful, and it integrates with various technologies, and it's also very flexible because it has lots of plugins that you can use for different build tools, testing tools, deployment tools, etc., for various use cases. However, Jenkins has been around for a long time already, and it's actually not so modern. So it hasn't kept up so much with the modern developments in the industry. On the other hand, GitLab, and if you look at their roadmap, they are actually building GitLab into a fully featured DevOps platform, which is very well aligned to industry developments and changes in the software development and deployment processes. And because of that, you will actually see a lot of features that GitLab offers out of the box for testing or for storing your Docker images, etc., that Jenkins doesn't offer at all, or only offers with some additional plugins and tools. On top of that, GitLab is actually the platform that lets you host your application code. So using GitLab's CI/CD feature is actually a natural extension and continuation of managing your code and then building application from the repository. So you stay on the same platform, and GitLab kind of becomes the one-stop shop for all your processes, while Jenkins is just a CI/CD tool. And there is one more difference, which is that Jenkins is a tool that you basically install on your server and you host it yourself. You manage the installation and everything yourself, while GitLab actually offers not only a self-managed instance, which like Jenkins, you can install on your own company server and have your own GitLab installation, but it also offers a managed platform, which is gitlab.com, which every user, you and I, but also organizations can use to host their private and public repositories. So you can actually start using GitLab and GitLab CI/CD without having to set up and administer this whole thing yourself. And especially if you're a small company or an individual developer who wants to create their project and then build that project, you can actually do all of that on the GitLab platform itself without having to set anything up yourself. Now let's compare GitLab CI/CD with a commercial cloud CI/CD tool, Azure DevOps, which is also very popular and widely used. As I mentioned, GitLab comes with a lot of built-in features and integrations that it offers you out of box. So you have GitLab services that you can use, like Docker registry, for example, for your CI/CD processes. However, it also offers the same level of flexibility as Jenkins for integrating with other tools. In case you don't want to use the GitLab services, then this could be other Docker registries, even other Git repositories, and so on. On the other hand, Azure DevOps does not offer that flexibility of integrating with various services. It integrates the best with the Microsoft services. So if you're using Azure platform and all its services, then this will be a great solution because the integration between the services will be very smooth and easy. However, if you want to use open source services, different Kubernetes deployment tools, etc., then you need a more flexible CI/CD tool that lets you integrate these tools more easily. And another difference is in terms of pricing. So as I mentioned, GitLab offers self-managed but also managed instances, right? So GitLab actually manages the instance for you and you can use their services on their software as a solution platform on gitlab.com. So compared to Jenkins, which is an open source tool, and Azure DevOps, which is a commercial tool, where does GitLab CI/CD stand? Well, it's actually a good mix of both. You can use GitLab CI/CD hosted platform and its features and pay for the convenience of GitLab managing the servers for you, or you can actually host and manage it yourself for free. just like Jenkins installation. And many companies actually opt for the self-hosted version to have more flexibility and control while getting all these rich features. Or you can even have a combination of GitLab managing some of the servers for you and then you attaching additional servers that you manage yourself. And we're going to see exactly how that looks like, where we learn about GitLab architecture and the setup. And in this course, we're going to actually set up and use some self-hosted servers that we're going to connect to GitLab platform, and we're going to use the free features of GitLab CI/CD. So you will not have any additional costs for GitLab platform specifically. And with that setup, we're actually going to be able to build a realistic DevOps process for our application.